Good morning to everyone. Today the topic is offer. The person making the offer is known as offerer, proposer or promiser, and the person to whom it is made is called the offeree or promisee. Section 2 subsection C. A proposal is called an offer. A person is said to have made a proposal when a signifies to another his willingness to do or abstain from doing anything with a view to obtaining the assent of the other to such act or abstinence. Section 2 subsection A. It means to give something wanted or needed to someone or something, to supply someone or something with something formal, to say that something will or should happen, to make it certain or possible that something will happen or be done. This is called offer. For example, to present for acceptance or rejection. Next one is to present in order to safety a requirement, to declare one's readiness or willingness, to make available, to propose as payment, to make a proposal. These are called offer. Next we'll see kinds of offer. The four kinds of offer. First one is express offer. Express offer. An offer is made by expressed work. Spoken or written, it is known as express offer. Maybe this is written or spoken. Expressed offer. For example, when A says to B, will you purchase my house at Madras for rupees 50,000? There is an express offer. This is the right example. Next one is implied offer. Implied offer. An offer is inferred from the conduct of the parties. It is known as implied offer. Thus, when a transport company runs a bus on a particular route, there is an implied offer by the transport company to carry the passengers for a certain fare. The acceptance is complete as soon as a passenger boards the bus. This is called implied offer. Next one, specific offer. It's nothing but when an offer is made to a definite person or persons, it is called a specific offer. Once again I will repeat. Offer is made to definite person or persons. It is called a specific offer. It should be accepted only by the person to whom it is made. This is specific offer. Next one, general offer. When an offer is made to the world at large, it is called a general offer. A general offer may be an offer of reward for some information. This is called general offer. Next, the requisites of a valid offer or legal provisions of valid offer. First one, an offer must give rise to legal relationship. It means the intention of the promisor must be to create legal relationship. The promisor must be to create legal relationship. So, creator is a promisor. Therefore, a social invitation or offer is not a valid offer because social offer does not intend any legal relationship. For example, a husband promised his wife $30 every month and later he failed to pay. The wife sued for the money. The court held that she could not recover anything because it was only a social offer which did not intend to create any legal relationship. Next one, offer must contain definite terms. The terms of the contract must be definite, certain and not loose. If the term of the offer are indefinite, its acceptance cannot create any legal relationship. For example, A says to B, I will sell you a car. A owns three different cars. The offer is not definite. This is called contain definite terms. Offer must contain definite terms. Next, offer must be communicated to the offeree. An offer to be complete must be communicated to the person to whom it is made. Unless an offer is communicated, there can be no acceptance of it. An acceptance of the offer in ignorance of the offer is no acceptance and does not bring any right on the acceptor. For example, G sent his servant L to trace his missing Nipu. G then announced to renew the information relating to the boy. L traced the boy in the ignorance of the announcement. Later, on seeing the notice of reward, L claimed it. His suit was dismissed on the ground that he could not accept the offer unless he has knowledge of it. This is the right example for the offer must be communicated to the offeree. Next, fourth one, an offer must be different from quotation or an invitation to offer. When goods are displayed with prices marked and on them, it is not an offer but merely an invitation to the public to make an offer to buy the goods at the marked price. The buyer cannot force the seller to sell the goods to him at the price. It should be clearly understood that only the buyer is making an offer and the acceptance must come from the seller. Likewise, quotation for sale of an article does not constitute an offer. Similarly, prospectus issued by the company is not an offer but an invitation to offer. Next, we'll see an offer must be express or implied or specific or general refer type of offer. This is a very important thing. An offer must be conditional. Nothing is wrong when the offer is conditional, but the condition of the offer must be clearly communicated to the offeree before the acceptance is made. Once again, I will repeat. The condition of offer must be clearly communicated to the offeree before the acceptance is made. If the conditions are expressed and written, the offeree cannot plead the ignorance of the condition. For example, hotel puts up a notice in a bedroom stating the hotel is not liable for the loss of the client goods after the contract is completed. Next, bid is an offer. When an action sale is held, a bid is an offer. It can therefore be cancelled any time before acceptance by the actioner or before the fall of hammer. This is bid is an offer. When does an offer come to an end? An offer may come to an end either revocation by offer. Next one, rejection. Revocation or lapse of offer. Under section 6, an offer is revoked when any one of the following takes place. First one, an offeror can revoke his offer by communication of notice before it is accepted. Next one, an offer lapses by lapse of time. If an offer is not accepted within the prescribed time, the offer lapses automatically. If no time is prescribed, it lapses by the expiry of a reasonable time. For example, M applied for shares in June, but the allotment was not made till November. Held that the offer to take share had lapsed as the reasonable time had lapsed. M was not bound to take shares. This is the example. Next, an offer lapses by the death or insanity of the offerer. If the offerer dies or becomes incensed before acceptance, there is no offer to accept. If the offeree dies before acceptance, the offer comes to an end and his heir or executors cannot accept for him. However, if the offeree accepts the offer in ignorance of the death or insanity of the offerer, the acceptance is valid. Next, an offer lapses by subsequent illegality. See, if the performance of the contract becomes illegal after the offer is made, it lapses. An offer lapses by not becoming accepted in the made prescribed. An offer lapses by counter offer by the offeree. If A makes an offer to B to sell his car rupees 50,000 and B interested instead of accepting the offer makes an offer to buy it for rupees 40,000, the original offer by A is terminated. Next one is rejection of offer. An offer lapses by rejection of offer. Once the offeree rejects it, he cannot subsequently accept it. Rejection of offer may be express or implied. Express rejection, the offeree may reject the offer expressly, that is by words, written or spoken. Express rejection is effective only when notice of rejection reaches the offerer. Next one, implied rejection. Rejection of offer is implied by law where the offeree makes a counter offer, where the offeree gives a conditional acceptance. Next is acceptance. The action of consenting to receive or undertake something offered. This is called acceptance. Acceptance is an expression by the offered of his willingness to do bound by the terms of the offer. When the offeree signifies the assent to the offerer, the offer is said to be accepted. An offer, when accepted, becomes a promise. Section 2, subsection B. William Arson expressed that defined that an acceptance is to an offer what a lighted match is to a train of gunpowder. It produces something which cannot be recalled or undone. This is the acceptance. Next we will see kinds of acceptance. Acceptance may be expressed or implied. It is expressed when it is communicated by words, spoken or written, or by doing some required act. It is implied when it is to be inferred from the conduct of the parties. Example, at an action sale, S is the highest bidder. The auctioneer accepts the offer by striking the hammer of the table. This is an implied acceptance. Who can accept the offer? When an offer is made to particular person, it can be accepted by him alone. If it is accepted by any other person, there is no valid acceptance. When an offer is made to the world at large, any person or persons with notice of the offer may come forward and accept the offer. If a large number of persons accept the offer, there are as many contracts as the number of persons accepting the offer. When a reward has been offered for giving a specific piece of information, acceptance can be made only by the first person who gives the information, and no further acceptance of the offer is possible. Next, we'll see legal rules relating to acceptance. First rule is it must be absolute and unqualified. An acceptance, in order to be binding, must be absolute and unqualified. When an acceptance is made with a variation or addition of certain terms to the original offer, it is not a valid acceptance. Second one is it must be absolute, communicated to the offerer. The acceptance must be communicated in the some perceptible form, mental determination on the part of the offeree to accept an offer without any external manifestation of his intention is not a valid acceptance. But silence can never be prescribed as a mode of communication unless the offeree has by his previous contact indicated that his silence means that he accepts the offer. Next, we'll see it must be accepted within a reasonable time. Time limit is specified. The acceptance must be given within the time. If no time is stipulated, it must be given within a reasonable time. Acceptance must be given by the party or parties to whom the offer is made. Next is offer must be accepted before the offer lapses or before the offer is withdrawn. Understand? The offer must be accepted before the offer lapses or before the offer is withdrawn. The acceptance must be shown on intention on the part of the acceptor to fulfill the term of the promise. If no such intention is present, the acceptance is not valid. Next, communication of offer. An offer sent through post may be accepted by the post unless the offerer indicates some other mode of communication. An offer sent by post is complete only when it reaches the offer. The communication of an offer is completed when it comes to the knowledge of the person to whom it is made. Section 4, page 1. Example, a posted a letter on 10th proposing to sell a house to B at a certain price. The letter reaches B on 12th. The communication of the offer is complete when B receives the letter, that is on 12th. Next, we'll see communication of acceptance. To the offerer, as far as the offerer is concerned, the communication of acceptance is complete when it is posted by the acceptor. This is because once the letter is properly addressed, stamped and posted, it will ordinarily reach of the acceptor. Therefore, if the letter is delayed in transit or even lost, the offerer cannot revoke the offer. Next, to the acceptor. As for the acceptor is concerned, the acceptance is complete when it reaches the offerer. For example, B accepts A's proposal in the above case by a letter sent by post on 13th as against B. When the letter is received by A, that is on 15th. Next, communication of revocation. Revocation means taking back or withdrawal. Revocation means taking back or withdrawal. It may be a revocation of offer and a revocation of acceptance. Revocation of offer is complete both or offeror and acceptor when it reaches the offeree. Revocation of offer must be communicated before it is accepted by the acceptor. Revocation of acceptance. An acceptance may be revoked at any time before the offeror receives the letter of acceptance. For example, a proposal by a letter sent by post to sell his house to B. The letter is posted on the 1st of the month. B accepts the proposals by a letter sent by post on the 4th, but not afterwards. B may revoke his acceptance at any time before the letter of acceptance reaches A, that is 6th, but not afterwards. This is the example of revocation of acceptance. Okay, today's class over. What we seen, offer and acceptance. If you have any doubts, any clarification, refer the notes and once again listen the videos. After 1 week, second week of August, I'm going to conduct one small test. So girls, be ready for the test. Okay. Thank you.